What up gamers, Fence here, and welcome back to Goddess of Victory NIKKE. So last time we continued the Little Mermaid event story here for the 2.5 anniversary. Let's go continue and try to finish this whole thing off in this one video. So here we go.
Well, hello there. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I believe we haven't had the pleasure.
That's right. Nice to meet you.
Wow, you really don't remember. I guess your last memory wipe was the one that finally stuck.
Oh, is that so?
She had a memory wipe.
I figured since you were hanging out with Uni with an explosive collar of your own strapped on,
What?
you must have retained some of your
An
old
explosive collar?
memories, but apparently not.
Yeah, I feel like I'm definitely missing some context since I didn't play the main story or like caught up with it.
What a shame.
Yes, it would have been nice if I remembered. Then I would have known about you much earlier.
Aw, how nice of you. However, I don't see Mori. You didn't off her, did you?
She's such a nice kid. How could I kill her? She's somewhere safe, resting.
Ah, I see. If she isn't dead, why isn't she the one contacting me? Apparently she's not as afraid of being disposed of as I thought.
What did you say?
Didn't she tell you? If she doesn't report back with her findings on my little experiment, she's headed for the scrap heap. I assumed you knew everything since you're contacting me on her phone. Looks like I was wrong again.
This is my first time hearing all this.
Well then, this is quite a pickle. I'm rather curious to hear about the outcome of the experiment.
Uni definitely reacted, but she backed off.
Perhaps I should ask you how it went?
If I tell you, what's in it for me?
Look at the little negotiator. You're a cheeky one. What do you want?
It's a big ask. Is that okay?
Hearing you out doesn't cost me anything.
All right, then I'll get to it.
So I wonder if this will also include Mori just not being scrap. Because since Miharu's going to be the one to report it and not Mori. So yeah, does Mori still get scrapped or no? Because Miharu's kind of like taking the credit here.
Stop this calling signal experiment on Uni.
I'd rather not.
Stop meddling in Mori's life and spare her.
Okay, here we go. That's at least what I wanted.
I'll consider it.
And one more thing.
More? Aren't you the greedy one?
No, she said it was going to be big.
Help me become stronger. That's everything.
Oh, now that's an interesting proposal. But it's a rather steep price to pay simply to satisfy my own curiosity. I could cherry pick any test subject I wanted from the ones up for disposal. Why should I go through all this trouble of dealing with you instead?
How about this? I'll be the one to undergo the experiment. Not Uni. Does that sweeten the deal?
Do you even know what kind of experiments I'm conducting?
You're inserting a rapture core inside a NIKKE. Isn't that it?
Oh,
What'd you say?
There are 2 cores inside Uni.
2 cores? What are you talking about? How do you know that?
When you were all falling, do you remember how I caught you with my bubbles?
Yes.
When someone enters my bubble, I can learn a lot about them. That's how I found out. Uni was used as a test subject infused with a rapture. She now carries 2 cores inside her.
Was this mentioned before? I don't remember this cutscene.
And are you saying one of those cores is...
Yes, I believe it belonged to a rapture.
a rapture core?
Oh,
So that's why she reacted the way she did to the calling signal.
I believe that is the reason why. Yes, right now, at least, the NIKKE core is dominant. That allows for Uni's consciousness to maintain control over her body. But hearing the calling signal seems to activate the rapture core. Continual exposure to it could cause the rapture instincts to take her over completely. For someone like Uni, whose external body has been fused with a rapture, her identity as a NIKKE could become even more unstable. You must be careful.
I'll keep that in mind.
Okay,
Judging by
interesting.
your expression, I'd say I'm on the mark.
You're something else. You know that?
Hmm.
How did you know?
Sorry, it's a secret.
Come now, give me just a little tease.
Do we have a deal or what?
Well, it is an enticing proposal. All of my previous test subjects were NIKKE's about to be scrapped. With you, I'd have a chance to implant a rapture core into someone special. A NIKKE who was handcrafted by my adorable little sister, piece by piece.
Little sister.
Uni's external body had already been fused with rapture parts, so it was already an alternative experiment in many ways. When the Mantis Squad was corrupted, I wondered if I could potentially find a use for them. But then, much to
The
my
Matisse Squad.
disappointment, they
Was
were
that the one
here.
that in the main menu I got that one girl? Oh, is that the little sister? I can kind of see the resemblance. I didn't realize they were corrupted. I'm sure that was like spoilers for the main story for me.
After uni, I didn't expect another opportunity like this to come along.
I'm glad that you're satisfied.
I certainly am. I had no idea such interesting NIKKEs existed. I feel like I've been missing out. If I'd known about you earlier, I would have taken you in back when you got shot in the head.
If you'd done that, then this moment wouldn't be possible, would it?
Fair point. So what is it that you're really after? Why are you so willing to subject your body to my experiments? You had 3 requests. Is that really everything?
Yes, that's everything.
Now that I think about it, your requests seem rather modest. Why do you want to become stronger? Do you find you're somehow lacking when it comes to eliminating raptures?
To save Little Mermaid, I'm guessing.
I want to take down gluttony.
Oh yeah, that's also a thing that can also help too with Little Mermaid.
Ah, gluttony! Yes, that would be an impossible task in your current state. It is officially classified as a tyrant class, but in actuality, it's far beyond that.
Jeez,
There's a reason it's
I don't even know the
named after a
classes.
cardinal
Like how do you rank it?
But didn't you receive a new body recently?
Yes, but I lack the ability to fully utilize its power.
In other words, you lack talent.
I figured if anyone would have a solution, it would be you.
So they can also get other bodies too, just like in Ghost Frontline.
You figured right. If you undergo the same experiment Uni did, you will definitely become stronger. So that problem will resolve itself automatically. However, that means one of your wishes would have been granted without any real input from me. In that case, we'll say that I owe you one. You can come to me with a request later, and I'll grant it.
Thank you.
No need to thank me. You, of all people, should know that implanting a rapture core onto a living NIKKE is akin to a death sentence. If you want to back out, now's your last chance.
I've already gone through 2 memory wipes, and I'm walking around with a bomb strapped to my neck. I'm getting used to living life on the edge.
That may be so, but carrying 2 cores around is a different kind of thrill altogether.
It's no different from the pain I've had to endure up to this point.
Alright, fine. If that's what you really want, I'll stop playing around with the calling signal. I'll also give you what you want when it comes to that incubator friend of yours. As for the strength you desire, I will put it within your grasp.
Thank you.
But I get something in return. You're now my test subject for life. I get to do whatever I want to you, and you're expected to grin and bear it. Got that?
Yes. Understood.
Well, that's sad and messed up.
Good. I think you're officially fit for my experimenting table.
But you know, I'm sure she knows the consequences.
I hate her. She's been following us ever since we left the Ark. There's so much terror in her eyes, and yet she still came here with the intent of ruining me and Mihara.
So this is Uni in her mind.
She activated that calling signal and made me suffer. She almost got Mihara killed. If Siren wasn't there, I would have killed Mihara with my own hands. I'll never forgive her for that.
Uni?
Mori steps back. Yuni walks towards Mori.
This girl tried to put Mihara in danger. She's put strange thoughts into Mihara's mind. She's put Mihara in danger. I can't forgive her.
She about to attack now?
I won't forgive her.
Oh my gosh.
Stay back, Uni.
Oh boy. Yuni reaches out and grabs Mori's neck.
I must kill her.
Jeez, that that just escalated like really fast.
She put Mihara in danger. She's trying to kill Mihara. She killed Mihara. She's the most despicable thing there is. She's like me.
Yuni's eyes start to glow red.
Uni. I'm sorry.
Tears start to flow from Mori's eyes.
I know you won't forgive me.
Shut up. I don't want to hear it.
I know I don't deserve forgiveness,
I said I don't want to hear it.
but you have to let me save Siren. Once I've saved her, then you can kill me.
The tears from Mori's eyes fall on Yuni's hand.
Please, I'm begging you.
Please, I'm begging you. I know what those words mean. They're the words spoken when you desperately want to save someone precious to you. When you want to help them so badly, but you're powerless. And so all you can do is beg, and speak desperate, pleading words. I understand. But I don't want to. I hate that she's like me in this way. I hate that she thinks the same way I do. I can't kill her.
Yuni loosens her grip and Mori collapses to the ground. Yuni slumps to the ground.
Uni, I'm sorry. Sorry for putting you through this. For putting you and Mihara in harm's way again.
I know you are.
I still want to save her. She's the first person to ever be kind to me. And I loved it. I don't want to lose her or that feeling no matter what.
I understand.
I know that you feel the same way about Mihara. And yes, despite me knowing that, I'm still making you go out and put yourselves in danger. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being so selfish. But I want to save her. I'm sorry.
I know it all too well. How it feels to know affection for the first time, and how it feels when you lose it. I know that sorrow, that ache. I understand why Mihara wants to help her. To be honest, I also think we should save Siren. That's why I can't find it in myself to despise her fully.
Tears are flowing from Yuni's mask.
Uni?
But I'm scared. I'm terrified. Terrified of losing Mihara again.
I'm sorry.
Two broken hearts that sit together across from one another. Each understands the other more than anyone else ever could. Each feels sorry for the other, and both are afraid of losing what is most precious to them. And so they sit together and they cry.
Sorry to keep you guys waiting.
Mihara!
Yuni senses strange vibes coming from Mihara.
Huh? What's wrong? Is something on your mind?
I'm guessing that experiment was complete. And now she can sense the rapture core in her. Yuni shakes her head.
What are those marks on Mori's neck?
Huh? Oh, nothing. I just bumped into a wall. Isn't that right, Uni? Isn't that right?
Well, I think something happened. But whatever it was, it seems like you two have resolved it. So, I won't press.
I appreciate it. Anyways, what took you so long? Did something happen?
No, nothing happened. I just found a way to become stronger. That's all.
What do you mean by that?
Excuse me.
Mana opens the door and comes inside.
Oh, wow. We were about to make our way over to you. I appreciate you coming to us.
I think we can skip the small talk. Here.
Mana hands Mori a glass jar containing crystals and batteries.
These are the E2 crystals for the operation.
Okay.
As I mentioned, they absorb electrical energy and are incredibly dangerous. For NIKKEs, even the slightest physical contact with these crystals will cause the body to be corrupted. Do not ever take them out of the jar, under any circumstances, if by any chance you do accidentally come into contact with the crystals. You must immediately shut down the power to that area of your body to prevent it from spreading. Understood?
Got it.
It's kind of scary just having these crystals around.
Mihara,
Yes?
everything is riding on this. Failure isn't an option.
I owe you, Mana.
If you want to repay me, come back alive, all of you. I'll be waiting.
We'll come back, no matter what.
The sound of something melting. We're like back inside Gluttony. The sound of something boiling. The sound of flowing liquid. Amidst those countless sinister sounds, Little Mermaid opens her eyes. Beyond the thinning bubble lies a crimson ocean, and inside that, oh snap, lies Gluttony's core, staring back at her. Okay. Oh, just under a cutscene right away. A Little Mermaid senses it immediately.
I've been discovered. Gluttony knows I've been hiding the AA pillar from it. The bubble barrier is thinner than before. Probably because I condensed some of the bubbles around the AA pillar. That must have made it easier to detect.
The bubble ignites as it touches the seawater. Droplets rush out to repair the crumbling bubble wall. Silver liquid seeps through the gaps that can't be repaired in time.
You really want to eat this, don't you?
Little Mermaid tightly embraces the encased AA pillar and gazes at Gluttony's core. Is the pillar that small? I thought it was big. It's just when I think of pillar, I'm thinking about like a giant, like, structure.
Well, you can't have it. I don't care how much you glare at me. I'm not handing it over. I won't let you have it. My bubbles will dissolve the energy, and it will disappear.
A searing pain courses through Mermaid's entire body, from her fingertips to her toes. At the same time, a bubbling sensation surges from within her.
I'm reaching my limit, and I'm starting to feel the side effects from the bubbles. For long, my entire body will be turned into liquid metal. Ew.
As her vision gradually fades, Little Mermaid wonders, if she closes her eyes, how many more times will she be able to open them?
No, not yet. I can't stop now. Not until all this energy is depleted.
Desperately embracing the immense energy to keep it from escaping, Little Mermaid closes her eyes again. Mihara and Uni tracks Gluttony's movements. Meanwhile, Mori follows behind, not saying a word. Along the way, they encounter rapture after rapture. Time and time again, they take them down, relocate Gluttony's trail, and press forward. It is Mori's first true skirmish with the rapture, entirely unlike her previous encounters with them. In the past, she had only caught glimpses of raptures while fleeing with support squads. But this is something else altogether, and altogether more terrifying. It feels as if the raptures could end her life at any moment with a single attack. Her wounds accumulate and wear her down. So many times she wants to collapse, to run away. She wants nothing more than to dig a hole in the ground and hide. But each time Mori thinks of this, she clenches her teeth. It thinks about the two others whom she dragged into this. She thinks about Yuni's eyes, filled with tears and terrified of losing Mihara. Of Mihara's relentless efforts to grant her wish. Of Siren, who had sacrificed herself in order to save everyone, and was now trapped inside Gluttony, facing her imminent doom. Mori thinks about every word Siren said, every affectionate gesture she had shown to her. As she recalls all this, Mori rejects her fear. She'd force herself up again, force her feet to move forward. She tightens her grip to her gun, on her gun, even though she wants to grab a shovel and dig. On and on she runs, without any concept of day or night, until finally...
I'm not seeing a trail anymore. Gluttony must be close.
We are just one step away from the place where Little Mermaid is waiting.
We finally found her.
There's a beach here. Yes, this should work nicely.
Is Gluttony here?
Yeah, it should be underground, within a 10-kilometer radius.
10 kilometers? How are we supposed to find it?
How do you think? We need to lure it out.
But how?
By using the beach, for starters. Setting up here will allow us to minimize the amount of raptures that could swarm us.
Then what?
Since Gluttony reacts to strong energy sources, I'd say it stands to reason that's what we have to use to lure it, don't you?
Do we have something that's capable of producing that much energy?
We do. Both of you, listen to me carefully. I'll lure out Gluttony. Uni, once I get it to stop, you need to make sure it doesn't close its mouth. You need to hold it open for as long as you can, however you can, until Mori and Siren are out of there.
I'm really curious how they're gonna do that. It's just... we kind of saw Gluttony at the beginning of the story, and he looks massive. So I don't even know what that would even look like. If these two are like, you know, more on the normal human size. Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work.
There's a chance they might not be able to escape through Gluttony's breathing hole.
Because like Gluttony looks more like, you know, kind of like Godzilla size.
While Uni's doing that, Mori, you need to take the E2 crystals and hop inside its mouth.
Okay.
It's a solo mission for Mori here.
The main reason Siren refuses to come out is that she intends on sacrificing herself in order to eliminate the energy inside the AA pillar. In other words, if we can't convince Siren to leave of her own accord, we can't save her. That's why your role is the most crucial, Mori. Not only do you have to go back inside Gluttony and plant the E2 crystals onto its core, you also have to meet up with Siren and convince her to come out. You can do it. No. You need to do it. We came here to save a life, not to lose our own.
You're right. I have to do it. I have to save her no matter what. That's why I asked for your help.
Mori looks at Uni and Mihara.
You both are risking your lives for my sake. I won't fail you.
You've become a real trustworthy ally, Mori.
Don't make fun of me when I'm being serious.
All right. Anyway, shall we get started?
Mihara walks forward. Uni urgently grabs Mihara's hand.
Yes, Uni?
You're cuckoo. That's what she's saying. Uni shakes her head at Mihara. Though she can't explain why, her instincts are telling her to stop Mihara.
Uni.
Uni shakes her head desperately, pleading for Mihara to go through with this.
It's okay. I would never leave you behind. We promised each other that we would truly see each other, that we would feel each other's pain, and that we would atone for our sins together. I haven't forgotten that promise, and I intend to keep it.
Uni and Mihara lock eyes.
Trust me, and wait. Failure is not an option.
Uni lets go of Mihara's hand.
Thank you, Uni. I'll be back.
Mihara steps forward again, leaving Uni behind.
Code release. Activate all cores to their limit. Initiate fusion.
Recognition
Fusion.
complete. Activate all cores in body to their limit. Error. Reaction error. Fusion unsuccess. Unlock code. Deep. Activate all cores
Deep.
in body to their limit.
I am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end. That's a cool line.
Initiating fusion.
The area near Mihara's core starts to glow red.
Mihara!
Mihara curls up, unable to withstand the pain.
What did you just say? Put what where?
Mana, you did receive what I sent, didn't you?
I believe so.
Dang, I didn't even realize her tie. It's all... it's got those LED lights. Wow. That's kind of cool. And Mana is more cooler than I thought. Because I remember seeing her being revealed before. Like when she was on the banner. But I didn't think much of it. But now she looks a lot cooler than I thought.
Are you talking about this?
Mana points to a palm-sized black box.
That's it. Looks like it arrived safely. I was worried because the elevator wasn't working properly. I suppose sending something small doesn't pose any issues.
I would like you to insert this in my body.
Excuse me?
It's a special gift I prepared for Mihara to get her stronger much more quickly. Tuck it safe and sound beside her NIKKE core if you would. I would have loved to handle it myself, what with this being the first experiment and all. But as you know, I don't exactly have freedom of movement right now.
I'm still not following.
Mihara was the one who contacted me. Quite eagerly, I must say. She told me she requires additional strength in order to fight gluttony. Given that she couldn't utilize her current body's ability to its fullest, she wanted my help. And to that end, she agreed to become my test subject.
Mihara?
That's why I prepared this little doohickey for her. It's quite risky to be sure, but if you want to enhance a NIKKE's abilities in one go, it's the best option available.
So it's meant to enhance NIKKE's abilities, yet you're having me insert it beside her core separately. Is this a rapture core?
You're familiar with the ins and outs of NIKKE bodies. I'm sure you can insert it next to her current core easily enough, right?
This is incredibly dangerous. If I insert this inside her, the NIKKE core could...
Do you remember your promise from long ago? You said you would help me the next time I wanted to do something good. Well, now's that time. I can't leave the Ark at the moment, and Mihara needs to fortify her strength straight away. That leaves us with you, Mana. You're the only one who can do this.
You call inserting this inside a NIKKE a good thing?
Of course. I'm giving a NIKKE who wants to be stronger the power she deserves. What's more benevolent than that?
But a NIKKE and Rapture Core can't exist together. You of all people should know that a NIKKE's core...
Yes, I know. NIKKE cores have a barrier which prevents them from reacting with other cores. But what if you could break past that barrier?
What? Are you telling me you figured out a way? How?
That's my little secret. If I told you, you might have to get sent somewhere awfully dangerous. You don't want that, do you?
No.
Now then, be a good girl, would you? Don't let your curiosity get the best of you. Don't peek inside the box and just put it inside her, okay?
Understood.
What's this barrier you're both talking about?
NIKKE cores have a safety mechanism, which makes it so they can't react with other cores. Even if it's two NIKKE cores in one body, it prevents them from interacting. It would also prevent Rapture cores from devouring the NIKKE core, and vice versa.
You mean NIKKE and Rapture cores can consume each other?
Yes, a clear example of that is core dust. It can distill a Rapture core down to its essence, and use that to stimulate growth within a NIKKE's own core.
Jien!
Oh dear, there I go again, running my mouth.
Isn't the core dust the one we used to rank up? I just realized that now.
If you knew any more about this, Mihara, you'd never be allowed up on the surface again. So I'll stop there. On the other hand, it's nice knowing the stakes, don't you think?
Of course. It's important to know these things.
Now then, Mihara, once that core is implanted into your body, all the abilities you previously couldn't draw out from your body will fully awaken. If there are no changes after the surgery, then it means your body itself is defective. However, I can quite confidently say that my sister is the best of the best when it comes to building NIKKEs. So I'm sure you'll become much stronger, Mihara. That is, if you can endure the pain. Every prior test subject has died because they couldn't withstand the pain. You, however, said you'd be willing to do anything. So I'm sure you'll be able to endure it, won't you?
Of course.
I can't wait to see how it turns out.
Yeah, I'm sure she knows the The pain that might be going along the way of being like an experiment of hers. Or like trying to get stronger. Mihara clenches her teeth. Just as Ji and mourn, a pain beyond anything imaginable courses through Mihara's body. Her vision repeatedly turns red, fades away, and then comes back. A beeping and crackling.
Warning, system error. Warning, core response error. Warning, core resonance activation. Connecting code. Error. Warning, core type. Match. Error. Warning, barrier. Reactivation required.
A series of warning sounds and error messages blare out.
I know you're not used to a core like this, but you've got to accept it.
Mihara closes her eyes and begins to suppress the sensation surging through her. Inside her body, near her core, is a searing heat, like a blazing inferno. The conflagration expands and begins to engulf Mihara's own core.
Warning, barrier. Reactivation required. Warning, barrier. Reactivation required.
Countless warning sounds echoes in her head. Mihara's movements, senses, and everything slowly becomes consumed by the fire.
If this continues, my body will...
Mihara's body begins to glowing even redder. The inside of her core boils like a massive fireball, a volcano on the verge of eruption. As it reaches on, her consciousness drifts further and further away. It's then that Mihara realizes, the moment she is completely consumed by the flames, she, as she knows herself, would cease to exist. From somewhere she can't see, someone is screaming. A familiar voice cries out in agony. It screams, imploring her not to leave her behind again. Who is it? Who's calling me? Oh snap, here we go. Heard her actual voice. Yuni and Mihara lock eyes. Yuni's eyes tremble with fear, terrified of losing Mihara once again. Her eyes beg Mihara to keep her promise. Mihara can't let those eyes be filled with despair again. Mihara bites down on her cheek. Harder. The sharp pain in her mouth pulls Mihara back to life.
You... me... Don't worry. I'll accept it all. The pain. The sorrow. The desperation. All of it. I'll take it all in. I will never abandon you. This time. No matter what. I will bring you back on the right path. If we die together. And if we live together. I will claim this power as my own. In order to protect our bond. No matter how great the pain, I'll do this. So that no one will ever take you away from me again.
Light begins to radiate from Mihara's body.
Mihara?
A purplish light, dark enough almost to be black, bursts forth from Mihara's core. A chain-like patterns on the same color spread all over her body. Mihara recognizes the changes in her body. She now realizes how to awaken the sensations containing within all living things, no matter how much larger her target is, no matter how overwhelming powerful they are, or how much pain they can endure. None of it matters anymore, so long as her foes are alive and connected to her via these chains on her body. She knows that she can now feel their pain as well. She can endure any amount of suffering they inflict upon her. Of that she is certain.
Such power. My arms could be ripped off. My entire body could be smashed to a pulp. And I would enjoy it. There's no limit to the pain that I can now endure. How thrilling. Oh, the fun I'm going to have.
Okay, she's having fun now. With the clinking sounds of chain links, the patterns on her body fade and then disappear into her skin.
In order to establish a connection with these chains,
Mihara lifts the pendulum attached to the end of her whip.
All I have to do is stab the enemy with this. Suen was right. If this is the kind of ability she originally envisioned, then the sensory exchange I was capable of before could only be considered a failure.
Mihara looks at Uni and Mori, who are watching her anxiously.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. I've never felt this powerful in my life. Almost omnipotent, and considering how much energy I just released, it's bound to come calling.
Here we go.
Everyone, back up.
Yeah, I don't know how Uni's supposed to keep that mouth open. It's massive. I'm sure maybe she'll have some power to do it. Gluttony emerges from the ground.
Gluttony!
Now that our guest has accepted my invitation, let's go, Uni.
Mihara steps forward, resembling a female prison warden about to weave a massive prison for her prey.
Let the hunt begin.
Mihara swings her whip toward Gluttony. Sensing the threat, Gluttony attempts to retreat downward.
Sorry to tell you this, but you're not going anywhere.
Mihara lunges forward, striking at Gluttony with the pendulum. Gluttony twists its body and blocks the blade with its teeth.
Darn, it's good at sensing danger. Maybe it knows instinctively that a hit from this is bad news.
Mihara steps back and swings the pendulum towards Gluttony once more.
Mihara, watch out for the tentacles!
Gluttony extends its tentacles toward Mihara. Uni grabs the tentacles. Gluttony's tentacles wreath as if trying to escape Uni's grip, but she clenches the squirming bundle of feelers tightly and refuses to let go.
Uni,
With a thundering roar, a shower of splinters bursts from Gluttony's body.
Everyone, duck!
Mori fires her weapon at the shards, hurtling toward Mihara and Uni. Some fragments that she wasn't able to shoot down fall to the ground.
wow, your shooting has really improved, Mori.
I still missed a few, so don't get too comfortable.
Thankfully, it's too busy digesting something to spew out that silver liquid. In that case, we've got a chance.
Mihara tightens her grip on her whip and charges forward. Mihara dodges the gaping maw attempting to swallow her and drives the pendulum into Gluttony.
Now then,
Dark purple chain-like patterns begin to etch themselves onto Gluttony's body, accompanied by a cold metallic sound. At the same time, similar patterns appear on Mihara's body.
now that our chains are connected, why don't we swap our senses?
Ooh. The chain patterns engraved on Gluttony and Mihara's bodies glow a lambent purple, and the sound of chains tightening fills the air.
I can feel it. So this is what you're feeling.
That's an interesting ability.
You really do have so much inside you than you've never felt.
He's got a giant bubble tree inside him. I'm sure he feels something.
The sensation of your own cheek being bitten down on, have you? Would you like me to show you? Let's enjoy this pain together.
Mihara opens wide and bites down on the inside of her mouth. Dang. No, yeah, that's a really crazy power, man. Gluttony convulses as if in unbearable pain.
You're so spirited now. Why don't we enjoy a little more?
Gluttony trembles violently, its teeth clattering from the agony.
My goodness. I didn't expect the pain to be so bad that you'd try to close your mouth. We can't have that. Otherwise Mori won't be able to pass through. Uni?
Uni lets go of the tentacles and quickly dashes forward. She pries open the struggling Gluttony's mouth and forces her body inside, while bearing the weight of its descending fangs. She keeps its jaw forcibly open.
Uni!
Gluttony continues to spasm in pain. Uni uses every ounce of her strength to keep the creature's mouth open as the crushing weight of the razor-sharp teeth bears down on her.
No! Your body can't handle the stress! You're incredible, Uni.
Uni.
Mori, you have exactly 30 minutes. Not a second more. After that, my sensory exchange will be severed. You've got to convince Siren before then.
30 minutes? That's all I have?
Can you do it?
Yes, I can do this.
Then go. Go and rescue Siren.
Okay.
Mori looks at Uni, who seems to be calling to her. Uni and Mori lock eyes. She is cuckoo,
I
yes.
can't believe it. Did she just wish you good luck?
I think so. Thank you, Uni. I'll rescue Siren if it's the last thing I do.
Mori looks ahead toward the black chasm. That is Gluttony's gaping maw. Meanwhile, Uni desperately continues to keep the jaws open. Mori hurtles herself toward the creature's mouth, and the black abyss slowly draws closer to her. Suddenly,
Huh?
something falls at her feet. A compass and a map that guide the way to the Ark. A first aid kit to heal her wounds. A chocolate bar to keep her hunger at bay. I feel like I hope she kind of ignores that. There's like more important things to do rather than maybe pick those back up. A field shovel that has saved her skin more than once at critical moments. Maybe the shovel she can try to pick up again, because that's been like her main thing, you know, one of her main equipment. I'm sure like she can use it to somehow help her in a situation when inside Gluttony. Everything that has kept her alive until now falls to the ground, and the reality she had been determined to avoid comes rushing at her head-on. Along with it, the fear of death comes crashing in.
No.
Somewhere deep inside her, a voice screams for her to stop. A part of her wants to stop right there and cried out that she can't do this. This is clearly insane. Like a suicide mission. What if Siren is already dead? What if she never realizes Mori is coming to save her? What if there's still even the tiniest bit of silver liquid left in Gluttony's throat? Or if Uni can't hold on any longer and the mouth closes? What if Mihara collapses and she can no longer restrain Gluttony?
No.
She'll die. She'll die in the most excruciating way. The life she's fought so hard to hold on to will crumble away in an instant. Just like how that shovel fell to the ground, so will she go plummeting into death's cold embrace. Even so, she has to run. She must. There are people out there who have risked their lives for her. It's time for her to repay the affection she's been given. She's here to save the person who reached out and gave her a reason to live. She has to go get her. Or go to her. Mori ignores the fallen remnants of her life, summons her strength, and pushes off to the ground with all her might. She sends herself hurtling forward,
Siren!
hurtling towards the lifeless abyss. There is a massive tremor, and the Crimson Sea begins to surge violently.
That sound.
The little mermaid lifts her head and gazes above.
Gluttony is shaking?
Little mermaid closes her eyes and focuses on the sounds of Gluttony is making. The vibrations reverberate throughout Gluttony's body as it tries to move. Meanwhile, all the liquid inside it churns violently.
It's as if it's fighting against something. But what?
Little Mermaid focuses even more, listening intently to the noises coming from outside. The sound of something being pierced into Gluttony's body. The agonizing cries of Gluttony as it reads in pain.
Something
The sound of something blocking Gluttony's mouth. The sound of footsteps.
Someone's running this way? Siren! Ah!
Little Mermaid looks up through the gape, or not the gape, the gap of Gluttony's open mouth. Light pours in, and within that light,
Ah!
Mori is there.
Mori!
Little Mermaid frantically raises her hand.
I need to save her!
The bubble stretches from Little Mermaid's fingertips. It wraps around Mori. Shortly after, the bubble lands on a tree.
I really thought I was gonna die. What are you doing here again? Hold on.
Mori hurriedly digs through her belongings. Inside a glass bottle, the E2 crystals and battery remain intact.
Thank goodness. I got it through safely. Mori? Siren,
Mori grabs Little Mermaid's arm.
let's get out of here. Let's get out of this place, Siren. Mihara and Uni are waiting for us outside. They're keeping Gluttony from moving. We need to leave at once. I can't. I must ensure the AA Pillar's energy is completely depleted. You can do that outside. You just need to take it with you so that Gluttony can't consume it. That's impossible. Gluttony is instinctively drawn to substantial energy sources. Even if we take it outside, Gluttony won't stop chasing it until it's consumed once more. If it does swallow it and ends up digesting it, there'll be no going back. Then we have to take out Gluttony. I'm sorry. I can't go up against Gluttony now. Not with my powers weakened as they are. Look, we can use this.
Mori holds out the glass bottle and shows it to Little Mermaid.
What is that? This thing absorbs electrical energy. If we can lodge it into Gluttony's core, we might be able to stop it. Oh, how does it work? I honestly don't really understand the mechanics, but Mana, a researcher from MMR, said that if this comes into contact with Gluttony's core, it'll expand and absorb all of Gluttony's energy until it ceases to be. But doesn't that mean it would also be dangerous for us Nikkes? Yes, but Mana said it'll be fine as long as it's contained somehow. Like in this glass bottle. They were originally intending to use the AA pillar to eliminate the crystals. But then Gluttony swallowed it and threw a wrench in the works. So that's what the AA pillar was doing here in the first place. I don't pretend to know all the details. But if we inject this into Gluttony's core, we can stop it. So let's be done with this and get the hell out of here.
Little Mermaid takes the glass bottle from Mori.
Siren? Mori? Yes? You came back to this hellish place to give me this? Yes. Thank you, Mori. And
Oh, I'm sorry. Little Mermaid gently removes Mori's hand from her arm.
I'm not leaving this place.
What?
What? I will use
what?
this to defeat Gluttony. But first, you must leave.
I mean, I feel like once we are able to use it on the cord, we can just leave, right? What do you gotta stay here?
No, I'm not leaving without you. I might not be able to hit Gluttony's core on the first try. Even if I do manage to insert it into the core, it might not have the effect that we expect.
That could be true.
Someone has to stay behind and keep watch.
Dang.
Then we'll both stay. We don't know how dangerous these crystals are, or what effects they will have on the bubbles, or Nikkes. If things go wrong, we could both end up dead.
I feel like in a way that yeah, they'll both stay behind. Like if I had to make a quick guess on what's gonna happen, they'll both stay behind, but maybe they'll use the bubbles as a shield if like, you know, things go exploding. Then that's how they'll like save themselves, maybe.
And we'll die together. Mori! Don't even think about
I'm trying to think of like a
using
happy
your
ending to
drama on
this.
me. No matter how many times you send me out, I'll find a way to crawl back in. Mori, don't do this. No, you stop this. Don't throw your life away just because there's a tiny chance things might not go as planned. If there's even the slightest possibility, you need to cling to it. Stay alive. Mori, I know that I can't be of any help here. I'm not a goddess of victory like you. And even getting Gluttony to swallow me was a struggle. I can't even shoot well enough to block all the debris flying at me and my friends. There's no way I can lodge these crystals into Gluttony's core either. Not with my pathetic strength. I'm just a useless NIKKE with nothing but this body. An incompetent member of the incubator squad who's about to be scrapped. I can't make a single impact in this filthy, cruel world. I know that. But...
Mori stares straight at Little Mermaid with tear-filled eyes.
I want to save you! I want to do that much. At least. You told me to live. That you were glad I was born. You saved my life. I want to see a world where you can be happy. So live. Show me that it's possible. Prove to me that the world is a kind and beautiful place. That as long as you keep living, someday happiness will come. Mori.
My dog wants to go up.
Prove to me that kindness should be repaid with kindness. That this is how we can find happiness. That good people will be rewarded someday. You're the only person who's ever celebrated my existence. You're the one and only true goddess of victory.
Goddess of victory.
I don't want to live in a world where you're not around. I'll lose all semblance of hope. How could I go on living in a world where no one celebrates my being there? So live for me, even if there's one small
live for me.
chance at survival. Cling to it and seize victory. Stay alive and keep surviving. Save me.
Mori extends her hand toward Little Mermaid.
My goddess of victory.
Yeah, they've been saying that a lot. I like whenever they do say the title, man, in these games. Little Mermaid looks at Mori's outstretched hand, and then into her eyes, which stare straight back at her. They're the eyes of someone who truly believes in her. Eyes filled with unwavering faith. Eyes that seem utterly unbreakable. In those eyes, Little Mermaid can see herself, Mori's goddess of victory. Finally, something dawns upon Little Mermaid. She recalls how, so many years ago, her friend had offered her hand in front of the lift, and the vow they made that day.
But the story isn't over yet. I must continue writing it, not just for myself, but for all of you as well.
I'm wondering if, like, in the future, if, you know, we get characters like Hansel and Gretel, and then also, if somehow Red Shoes is still a thing, if we'll get them, and then maybe, like, all their stories will be kind of like this, where they kind of remember Cinderella, because she's been, like, the core of the team. Oh, wait, I didn't even read that. What the heck was that? Did we step into the lift that day expecting to succeed? No. We never tried to predict our success. Instead, we simply carried out our mission, which was to rewrite our story.
I promise that the story we'll write from now on won't be one of failure, but one with a happy ending.
To reach a happy ending,
Come, let's write our story.
we risk our lives to become the goddesses of victory, who will never fail again. Little Mermaid looks again at the hand extended toward her. Every time she wavered and wanted to run away, her friend's unshakable faith guided her. And now, once more, that hand is reaching out to her.
You're right. I can't give up. If there's even the slightest chance of us being able to rewrite our story, I have to take it.
Little Mermaid grabs Mori's hand.
I will survive. I will become the indomitable goddess of victory. Yes, that's it. Together, we'll survive and forge our own happy ending. Yes.
Looks like you've finally calmed down a bit.
Gluttony seems to be consumed by pain, its body shaking violently and stiffening.
Even a big old rapture like you has its limits when it comes to pain, huh?
Yeah, I just realized she said like 30 minutes, right? And they've been like talking so much down there. That was probably like what, 10 minutes worth or something? Uni's arms, which have been holding Gluttony's mouth open, begin to creak.
Uni. It's exerting a lot of force, isn't it?
Uni nods her head.
Shall I help you lift this?
Uni shakes her head.
You can handle it? You're incredible, Uni. I know it must be tough, but you're holding up well.
Uni looks at her creaking arms. The force is immense, but she can't let go. Because the moment she does, 2 lives will be in danger. Uni suddenly feels as if the weight pressing down on her is that of 2 lives. And then she remembers the way she frivolously threw words around when taking countless lives. If she were to bear the weight of all the lives lost to her thoughtless words back then, just how heavy would it be? In that instant, Uni feels the unbearable weight of her sins. She now realizes the full weight of that promise she made then. The promise that she would do anything. The greater her realization, the greater the weight of her sins upon her shoulders. It crushes her, suffocates her.
Uni,
Uni looks at Mihara.
it's okay. You're not alone. I'm here to bear the burden with you. That's why I gain this strength. So, let's save them. Let's rescue those who see our presence as a gift. The ones who consider us friends. If we keep saving them all, one by one, maybe someday, we'll be able to find the path to redemption. I'll be right there with you, Uni, until we reach the end of that path, so don't be afraid. Anyway, I wonder if Mori managed to convince Siren. What's with all this shaking?
From inside Gluttony's mouth, 2 small bubbles pop out. Is that them? I thought maybe we'll get a cutscene or something where they go after the core. I don't know if that's just them exiting and they've already done the task.
Bubbles?
The 2 tiny bubbles flow toward Uni and Mihara's ears and whisper.
Uni! Mihara!
Oh wait, it's a message. It's like SpongeBob. You remember that one episode of SpongeBob where they like whispered into a bubble to talk to each other?
Siren?
Oh my gosh.
Get back!
Uni!
Mihara quickly pulls out the pendulum and retreats along with Uni. Just as they've made their escape, a massive water bubble shoots out of Gluttony's mouth.
Wow!
Oh wow, okay, I think they already did it. The bubble plunges into the ocean, and then,
Uni, get down!
as Mihara pulls Uni down, silver liquid pours down from the sky. Oh, that's scary.
Don't worry.
Here we go, Little Mermaid is here. So yeah, they've already done the task. I thought it'd be a bit more dramatic, like, or cinematic, where they would show it. Them going to the core or something. Mihara opens her eyes. A massive purple bubble spreads out above Uni and Mihara like an umbrella, shielding them from the silver rain. At the center stands Little Mermaid and Mori.
I won't let anything hurt you. Ever.
Well, at least we done one part of the mission with saving her. But what about the other part where we... Did we use the crystal thing yet?
Siren.
I assume so, since they're out of it.
Sorry to keep you waiting.
A few minutes earlier.
Siren?
Okay, here we go. This is where we get to see it.
Oh, do I really have to fire this thing?
And yeah, I always like the way just Little Mermaid just making those noises. It's always funny. Mori nervously looks at the bubble gun in her hand.
Let me make sure I've got this right. The bubble bullet containing the crystals is loaded in here. And once I pull the trigger, it'll fly straight towards the core, right?
She has a bubble gun. I guess it makes sense. Because yeah, I'm assuming the crystal's the ammunition. The bullets here.
Aha! And while you do that, I'll send this entire space up to the surface. That way, we can protect ourselves from any unforeseen dangers the crystals might pose.
So this thing will go up, right? So wait, does she have to do this while it's Like, does she have to shoot while it's rising up? I feel like that'll be hard to aim. I'm not sure what it looks like inside. Like to shoot the core.
You're going to bring up this entire area? That's why I need your help. The moment I make this space float, that's when you fire that gun.
Okay. I thought it was like during the float.
That way, the bullet will hit the core at the same time we surface.
Yeah, that sounds smart.
But what if I mess up? What if I miss the core?
I mean,
It's okay. The bullet will find its mark.
okay, I guess the bubble's homing.
I guarantee it. In other words, even if I miss, you'll use your kotodama to make sure it lands where it should.
Okay, that makes it more reassuring. I was about to say, you know, like even if it, you might as well just take the shot.
Uh-huh.
If like even without the guidance of Little Mermaid,
All right then.
because we're about to die here anyway. Because I feel like, you know, the chances of survival can be kind of slim. Might as well just not think about it. So just one shot. Mori positions herself under the bubble tree, where she has the clearest view of Gluttony's core.
I'm ready. Let me know when I need to shoot. Uh-huh. All right then.
Little Mermaid closes her eyes, and she gives the command to every bubble in the surrounding area.
All together now. Let's rise to the surface.
I wonder if we're gonna get a cutscene with this, because so far there's been like a cutscene in the 1.5 and 2.0, right? Or the second anniversary, I mean. With a powerful tremor, the space encased in bubbles begins to float.
Hurry, now.
Mori locks her eyes into Gluttony's floating red core.
Here goes nothing.
She pulls the trigger. The bullet ejects from the bubble gun, pierces through the bubble wall, and heads straight for Gluttony's core.
Siren, hit your mark.
Okay,
Thought I was gonna die back there.
so that's what happened. Mori collapses onto the
What
ground.
about the crystals?
We made sure it hit Gluttony's core. We saw it start to expand.
The formerly paralyzed Gluttony starts to slowly lurch about.
I guess that wasn't quite enough to do the trick.
Yes, but it looks like it had no effect.
It looks like? It doesn't look like. Little Mermaid points to Gluttony's mouth. Inside its gaping maw. Wow, look at that. Countless crystal continuously form and dissolve into the silver liquid.
Looks like it chowed down on those crystals, all right.
Uh-huh. We must eliminate gluttony once and for all before the silver liquid completely dissolves the crystals. So, I'd like to ask, will you fight by my side?
A littler mermaid turns around. Wait, there's a littler, if I can even see that right, a littler mermaid. I'm just guessing it's a typo.
As if you had to ask.
I thought she was the littler mermaid. I can't see that for some reason.
Huh?
Of course we're with you. That's why we came here.
Yeah. Don't be silly and ask such an obvious question. I already told you. We're all coming back alive.
Little Mermaid is surrounded by friends who risked their lives to save her. Friends who are unbreakable.
You're right. We're all making it out of here alive. Let's win this together. All right. Encounter.
So wait, do we get to fight Gluttony in this battle here? I'll definitely show this battle if we do see that. Here we go. That's Gluttony. Hey dude, I've never seen, like, you know, I haven't fought a lot of these bosses on my own time.
Let's go full power.
Hey dude, freaking dubstep, let's go.
Once I finish the final task.
Oh my gosh.
Let's go.
I mean, the music in this game has always been my favorite when it comes to the gacha games. It's just, what I would listen to. Wow, they're going by it really fast. 3 bars of health left. Then he has 3 mouths? Which one did she enter? Which one did Mori even enter? It was like one at the top, middle, and bottom. Okay, there we go. We got it. Nice. Let's go and see the ending of this whole thing now. Okay. Gluttony roars at the ground.
Doesn't this thing ever get tired? It's taken one heck of a beating, and it's still making such intense vibrations.
The core is certainly holding up better than we expected. It isn't breaking apart like we thought it would.
Go, go!
Maybe the core has gotten weak, and there's not enough energy reaching the crystals.
If only we could throw some kind of bait to make the core expand and the crystals grow larger. Bait! Ah! I've got just the thing! What? Oh, you mean the AA pillar?
Oh, right. I totally forgot about that thing.
Since it's already been melted by the silver liquid, it should be absorbed quickly.
If we feed that to the core, the crystals should grow much larger.
Uh-huh.
Well then, let's get this thing to open wide so you can feed it a little treat.
Let's go.
Mori fires a barrage of bullets at Gluttony's battered body. His tentacles try to burrow into the ground to avoid the bullets. But Uni grabs a hold of them, preventing the beast from retreating underground.
Nice going, Uni.
Mihara swings her whip toward Gluttony and lodges the pendulum firmly into its body. Gluttony spews silver liquid into the air.
Watch out!
Spread out.
Oh, my dog wants to go in. As Little Mermaid whispers, an array of bubbles expand and shield the group.
Don't you dare go around spewing such dangerous stuff.
Chain patterns appear on Mihara and Gluttony's body and begin to
Shall
glow.
we have another go at it together?
Oh my gosh. Here we go again. Mihara bites down on the inside of her cheek. For a brief moment, Gluttony freezes as if unable to withstand the pain.
Siren!
Oh, you want this pillar so badly?
Oh, come and get it. My dog wants to go out. As Lord Mermaid stretches her arms, the bubbles brimming with the AA pillar's energy bloom in the air.
Everyone, step back.
Okay,
All right.
Mihara yanks out the pendulum. In a desperate fit, Gluttony opens its mouth wide and lunges toward Little Mermaid, its colossal body scraping against the ground.
You want food?
Little Mermaid swings her hand, and the bubbles all fly toward Gluttony's core.
Chew on this.
The silver liquid within the bubbles seep into Gluttony's core. Then, the E2 crystals absorb the energy surging forth from the core, causing them to rapidly expand.
Break apart.
At last, Gluttony's core shatters. Gluttony collapses to the ground. Is that it? Dang, I thought they would show a cutscene for that, like that whole battle. The crystals that filled its mouth shatter as well.
It's finally. Oh,
Oh, nope, nope. She got interrupted in the dialogue. The underground vibrations grow fainter.
what's that? I think it's Gluttony's main body. Wait, you're telling me there's more to this thing?
no wonder I sensed something more when I exchanged senses with it. That must have been the connection to its main body.
You're right. When I was inside its throat, I used the bubbles to investigate. Gluttony consists of one massive main body, with multiple mouths attached to it. The place where I was staying was inside the throat of one of those mouth organs.
So, the core we just destroyed is the core of that mouth?
I'm afraid so.
Wow, so is there like 2 other cores then? because I mean that was like one core in the mouth. That means and there's two more mouths. Dang.
So that's why you kept saying we were inside its throat and not its stomach. That's some rapture.
How can you still laugh at a time like this? What are we gonna do if that thing comes back?
It won't, judging by how faint those sounds are.
Oh, my VTuber model's frozen. Why am I screaming?
It seems to have run away.
So it severed one of its mouths and fled?
Hmm.
It most likely ran away because its main body was about to be swallowed by the crystal.
Nice to know we had it against the ropes. Considering how it ran off with its tail tucked between its legs, I doubt it will be back anytime soon.
Yeah, just imagine the life of that gluttony creature. Like it severed one of its mouth, right? And it's got like crystals growing inside it. Yeah, that'll be a very uncomfortable way to live.
It knows that this place is filled with his worst nightmare.
Like unless he can like maybe clean it out.
So what then? Did we win?
Yes, we did.
Then was that really it?
We won.
We won! We won!
Oh, here we go. Yeah, this is definitely Mori's biggest win here. Oh, wait, Mori collapsed to the ground. I think that's what it said. And he also collapses.
Good job, everyone.
Siren, how does it feel to be back in the great outdoors after so long?
Oh,
Yeah, it's been like what, 70 years, she said?
well,
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I guess it has been a long time for you.
yeah. It's been a really long time.
A Little Mermaid looks up at the sky. Instead of the familiar underwater scenery, a real sky comes into view.
Wow, the sun is rising.
That's also a interesting point. I wondered how there was light in when she was inside Gluttony.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
Was it always daytime there, I guess? Beyond the horizon, the sun slowly ascends, bathing the surroundings in a golden light.
It's breathtaking. The world is so beautiful.
You bet it is.
Oh, Mihara, Uni, Mori.
Tears flow from Little Mermaid's eyes.
Thank you for saving me.
Siren,
What are you crying for?
Because I'm so thankful. I never thought I'd be able to see the sun again. To be able to set my feet on solid ground. Breathe in fresh air. I didn't even dare dream of it.
Siren,
Thank you for saving me. For not giving up on me. For extending your hands out to me.
oh man, don't you cry. If you do, I'll start crying too.
Oh.
Mori covers her face with her hands.
Don't cry, Mori.
Don't you start laughing. Do you have any idea how worried I was? Don't you ever do that again. No more heroic sacrifices or any of that nonsense. Never again. You hear me?
Yes, okay.
Before the dazzling golden sunrise, a flustered Little Mermaid consoles Mori, who is wiping away tears. Meanwhile, Uni simply gazes at the moving scene before her.
Uni, how are you feeling? How does it feel saving
She's feeling
someone
cuckoo.
for the first time?
Uni looks at her battered arms, then at Mori and Little Mermaid, who are laughing together.
Feels good? If you feel good, then so do I. You did great, Uni. Alright, you two. That's enough moving around now. That girl. Isn't that one of your bubbles, Siren?
Oh,
Is it one of the statues? Everyone looks in the direction Mihara is pointing. and sees a girl with long pigtails made of purplish bubbles.
Those are the bubbles I sent to find Cinderella.
Oh. Little Mermaid reaches out toward the girl, but the bubbles disperse and eventually dissipate.
What's she doing here?
Siren, over there. Look.
Mori points behind Little Mermaid.
Oh,
Oh, here we go. Cutscene time. I thought this would be done in the battle.
Over there.
Oh, snap. Wait. They're here?
Siren?
What timing, dude?
Cinderella?
We just got done
What are you
fighting
waiting
this
for?
giant dude. Yeah, this is a really cool story, man. I'm really glad I played through the second anniversary story.
It's warm.
I'm wondering if every anniversary story or like the half anniversary is gonna be like this, where we just follow the story of these guys.
Cinderella. Cinderella.
I wasn't there for like, you know, the first year and stuff. Yeah, look at Grave, man.
Tears.
Siren, it's Ave. Oh, Ave.
Abe is ripped.
Siren. It's a good thing you decided to stay alive, huh?
Unbreakable Spear. That was it. That was the ending. Dang. Yeah, that was really cool. Unbreakables here. And okay, guys, we got ourselves a stream highlight exclusive because I forgot about this, where there is more story like in the hard mode over here. I forgot this existed, so I didn't do this. But yeah, we have this one here, the last one. It should have a cutscene if it's like the other events. But yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Alright, we're about to finish him off. There we go. Alright, let's go into the story now. Yeah, so I forgot to do this back in the live stream, so like I said, this will be a stream highlight exclusive. I hope we get to see like Cinderella and stuff. Just like talk, you know, after they reunited, even Grave too. And then maybe we'll get a hint of Hansel and Gretel, of them being alive maybe. Maybe even Red Shoes. After the emotional reunion, Little Mermaid took everyone to the real ocean in a bubble.
It's beautiful. Is this a place you created?
Amazing.
And yeah, Grave is not going to like tell her to stop talking. Cinderella and Grave stare at the bubble tree.
Wow. I never thought I'd be able to visit the ocean depths.
I thought this place was destroyed, but I guess not. Well, yeah, Little Mermaid did bring it back to the surface, like out of gluttony, right?
It's certainly easier on the eyes than inside Gluttony's throat. Is this all made from bubbles?
It's because of Abe that I'm capable of all this.
The past me?
Oh,
I wonder how it was made. Do you mind if I look into it?
I'll tell you everything I know. Conduct as much research as you like.
The noises, man, that she makes. So funny.
Thank you.
Do you want to visit the bubble workshop? Or would you rather go back to the bubbles?
No, it's okay.
They're both so beautiful.
So yeah, she's alive, I guess. Because I'm guessing in the story with the commander and stuff, she got revived or something. Because I thought she was in that coffin. And yet we do see Grave over here just carrying the coffin still. Maybe the coffin is like important. Mori looks at Little Mermaid's face and explains to Cinderella and Grave what she sees.
Look at her. She can't even conceal her joy. How could she have thought of dying inside Gluttony without meeting anyone? When she's that happy.
Are you jealous? Uni also thinks you're jealous.
I said no. It's just... It's nice to see her happy. That's all.
Wow, Mori. I've never heard you speak so frankly.
You know, that must be interesting to voice act like that. Because I'm sure it's the same voice actress, right? Because before she was able to like do normal lines, but now all she says now is "cool," just in like in different ways to show emotion.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Like it reminds me of like Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy.
I know how to say things like this, you know.
Of course I know.
Good grief.
Oh, of course I do. But she said I know.
I'm right there with you, Mori. I'm glad that Siren is happy too.
Anyway, how long are you guys going to be staying here?
Until we have a chance to catch our breath, I suppose.
And how long is that?
I'd say a week at most. I contacted Mana and told her everything was resolved. But I still need to meet with her and give a full report on what we learned here. And there's also someone else I have to report to about my body.
Oh yeah, that too. So I do wonder, because you know, a lot of time has already passed back then, and in the second anniversary event, like the Old Tales group over here, they were branded as traitors, right? So I'm wondering what's up with that, if they're still on the run,
I see.
because I guess they still got to live out here. I'm sure that that gets explained in the story if I do ever catch up.
I guess that's when I'll head out as well.
Where will you go?
Where else, you goof? The Ark.
Oh, I was waiting for her to say, of course.
That reminds me. I have you to thank for me not getting scrapped. Thank you, Mihara.
You heard about that?
Yes. I got a message from a certain someone. She congratulated me on the mission being a resounding success.
Jien.
You've done me a huge favor, Mihara. I'll be sure to pay you back someday.
My dog wants to go out.
At any rate, I'll be stuck in the Ark doing whatever comes my way. But I'll find a way, somehow, to pay you back.
I appreciate the thought, Mori. But I don't think you're going to be at the Ark.
What?
What does that mean?
Never mind.
Is she free now?
Now then, what do you say we start properly enjoying our vacation?
Good point. Who knows when we'll get another chance like this? We need to take it all in.
Mori gazes beyond the bubbles into the ocean where the golden sunlight is shining down.
We mustn't forget that beautiful places like this exist.
Ensconced within a sea so beautiful that it feels torn from a fairy tale. New friends introduce themselves to one another. Meanwhile, old friends reminisce about past memories, share stories of their time spent apart, and laugh together. Together, they write the first page of a new
I suppose
what?
it's time for
A
us
new story.
to all part ways.
Mihara? Uni? Thank you for everything. If there ever comes a day when you need help, I'll come running.
We should be the ones thanking you. I hope we can see each other again someday.
I'm sure we will. So long as we want to see each other, I know that we'll meet once again.
So, like, where are the Old Tales group gonna go to? Because, you know, they could definitely live at the Bubble Tree. Because, you know, why not? It's already a home, a place.
Definitely.
Yes, let's meet again someday.
Yes.
Unless they're gonna travel just to find the other ones from their group.
Hey, what's the big idea? Why do you keep leaving me out of your goodbyes? It's kinda hard not to take it personally. I'm leaving too. From now on, don't ever part from your friends. Live together with them, and be well. Don't foolishly try to throw your life away to save someone. Not everyone is like you. Be a little more cautious, okay?
Oh.
Don't just stand there. Say something.
Where are you going?
The Ark. Where else?
Why?
What do you mean by why? It's the only place I have left to go.
Weren't you coming with me?
I thought she really has to go back to the Ark though. Like that's her job, right? Like she wasn't really like relieved of her duty and stuff. Like she still got a job to do.
What?
You said it while we were both trapped inside Gluttony. That we'd both make it out of there alive and write a happy ending together.
I don't know if that means like abandoning the Ark.
Don't you remember?
I remember. I just thought you were talking about getting out of that rapture.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Just in general, get out of there.
You don't want to stay with me anymore?
What? No. Of course I want to stay with you. Are you sure that'd be okay?
Oh?
You've seen for yourself how useless I am in battle. All I'm good for is digging holes in the ground.
It's okay.
I wonder why that's her specialty. Just digging holes. I know it's supposed to like represent in a way for her to like cower. Because you know she's like weak and stuff. But I just wonder if there's more to it.
I barely have any survival skills either. I don't really have anything that I'm good at.
I'm fine with that.
I don't know the first thing about what it means to travel on the surface. I'll only drag you down. Are you sure you're okay with that?
Oh.
You might be okay with it, but what about your friends?
It doesn't matter. As far as I'm concerned, you became one of us the moment you risked your life to save Siren.
If Cinderella is okay with it, so am I.
You guys.
It's okay, Mori. Really. I've gotten to know you quite well. You're thoughtful, smart, brave, and you're also my friend. So I'll take your advice to heart. From now on, I won't live recklessly and put my life in jeopardy. I'll make sure my story has a happy ending.
Little Mermaid reaches out her hand to Mori.
Mori, will you stay with me?
Mori also reaches out and holds Little Mermaid's hand.
I will. I'd love to. I'd be honored to go with you guys. Are you really sure that's okay?
Of course.
You're part of the team. Let's go together.
Oh.
Thank you.
Well, that worked out quite well, Mori.
Mihara, Uni,
I told you that you wouldn't be going back to the Ark, didn't I?
guess you were right.
Well, put her there.
Mihara extends her hand.
Huh?
Mori grabs Mihara's hand.
I don't mind shaking your hand, but I meant to ask you for your phone again.
Oh,
My phone? Why?
You're not going back to the Ark, and choosing instead to travel with the Pilgrims. In other words, you're deserting the Ark.
yeah, that's what I thought. She'll be deserter.
You need to get rid of anything that could be used to track your location.
You're right.
Mori fumbles for her phone, then hands it over to Mihara.
Thank you, Mihara.
Don't mention it. Take care of yourself, and make sure you're getting along with Siren out there. We'll meet again.
Yes, we will. I'm sure of it.
Uni and Mihara turns around and walk toward the Ark. Little Mermaid and Mori watch their figures grow smaller and smaller until they disappear against the horizon. All the while wishing, and hoping they'll meet again someday.
Well, we ought to get going as well. Before we go back to Prince, I'd like to meet up with
Prince?
Hansel and Gretel if possible.
Oh, snap.
Siren,
Oh.
do you know where Hansel and Gretel are?
So they haven't met Hansel and Gretel yet. Thing, you think that'll be a thing in like the 3rd anniversary? Oh, snap. If it's not, I mean, you know, since we already began this whole thing with the old tales characters, I might as well do the, like, if they ever do like in between those special anniversary events, I'll definitely do that, maybe,
Well,
since I already began them.
What's wrong? Did something happen to them?
If you're intent on fighting alongside Hansel and Gretel, then perhaps it might be better not to go looking for them.
So she does know where they went.
What? What do you mean?
Hansel and Gretel
Are they raptures now?
are no longer on humanity's side.
Oh. Alright. And yeah, that was it. Alright, so that's really it. Then I guess I'll go back to, I guess, the past from like this video's recording. I am recording this part in the future. Yeah, very interesting, man. So yeah, if they ever do Hansel and Gretel, like even if it's between the versions, I'll definitely do that for continuity's sake. So yeah, I do think they'll be coming at some point. But yeah, since they're not on humanity's side anymore, I'm not sure what that means. If that means they'll become playable or not. But yeah, I guess we'll see. And also, like, if they're going to be treated as one unit, too. Because I think I remember I said before that they're kind of like... They kind of need each other, right? Like, yeah, I'm not sure if they are going to be separate. Maybe one of them will be an SSR, and then the other will be a SR. I'm not sure. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it for the entire story now. So now I'm going to go back to the past to, like, you know, where the live stream happened. So yeah, this was a stream highlights exclusive. Yeah, I think the last thing we'll do now is do some pulls. So yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of pulls here since I missed out last time where I decided to skip out since the previous video was going on for a bit long. Yeah, we'll do maybe 30 here and then 30 for the standard one. Here we go. Alright, what do we get? Tetra. We get...
Come to us if you
Oh, Ludmilla.
will
I
save
think she was the one with
you
Alice. I do remember that in the story.
Don't you know?
Okay. And yeah, there's Mihara. Look at that.
Between pleasure and pain.
See, that's when we met her first back then. Okay.
Leave it to me.
Like, I kind of forgot. And there's Abe. I think that's supposed to be Abe. I think that's all I'll do for the standard one. I want to save it for maybe next time. And we go and switch out just in case I forget to maybe choose another unit that I don't have yet. Let's see, who do we choose? Since maybe since I'm getting her, I'll try to get Crust over here. All right, can we get Little Mermaid? Purple again. Jeez, dude, what is up with my luck right now? I said I was gonna do 30. I'll do one more. Maybe it's fine. Purple again. Jeez, dude, what is up with this luck? I can't get her. Oh my gosh. Does this even mean anything at all? I haven't been doing this. Oh, these are all... Oh, look, we get stuff back too if we just keep on pulling. I didn't even know about this. So if we do 40 times, you get 10 more pulls. Oh, wow. And yeah, we get like even a lot more if we keep on going. Like 80 times, 100 times. These are the pulls, right? Wait, if I get 80, I get... Oh, wow, that's a lot of pulls. Wait. That's a lot of pulls. Like 35, 50? If we do a total of at least 100? Wait, this is a crazy thing. What the heck? I never even knew about this. Okay, I did try doing 40. Let me keep going. I think it's fine. You can do a lot of pulls. Like, I think that'll definitely help me out. Just guarantee maybe getting Little Mermaid, maybe. Purple. So, like, what? That was 50, I'm guessing, and... Oh, wait, do we gotta keep going? Oh, I thought this was overall. So we gotta do 40 more times if we want to get 10. Oh. You know what? Maybe I'll do 30 more times. I think it's fine. At least we get a 10 pull afterwards. Okay. Wow. Purple again, dude. I'm not getting... I'm not getting it. I don't want to spend too much. I want to save it for the Stellar Blade collab. Here we go. Gold. Got one. Oh, Tetra? Come on, bro. Come on. Oh, that's the one I just set right now in the standard banner. Okay, we'll do one more just so that we can get the, you know, I guess the free 10 pull here. We're pretty much like getting it back with this next one. But yeah, maybe we can get Little Mermaid here. I mean, I hope so. I don't even know. Okay. Oh, it's purple. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me go and claim my reward here. Frick, dude. Yeah, this is pretty much like it resets. I thought it was like overall. Like, you know, when you get 40 total, you get all these. But no, it's not like that. Anyways, yeah, I'd rather save up my pulls for the Stellar Blade collab. Rather do that. Get those units. But yeah, kinda sad. That was like a lot of pulls already. You know what? I'll do one more. I'm just really feeling for it, man. Alright, we'll do one more. Heart of cards. Heart of cards. Let's go. Okay. Here we go. Heart of the cards. Who do we get? Pilgrim. Here we go. Little Mermaid. Yes, we got her, dude. Heart of the cards.
Never falter, for I must
Okay.
I made to everyone.
That really wants me to make me get Cinderella now.
Don't you know?
Jeez. Yeah, thank you, Mahara. Funny how we got her like right after Little Mermaid just now. Dang, dude, that's so cool. Because then with her team, with the old tales, I already got 2. I wasn't able to get Cinderella back then. I had to use the, you know, those golden tickets for Grave, I think. Alright, I only need a Cinderella, and then I pretty much have 3. Oh yeah, I guess since Grave is here, I thought maybe Red Shoes would be a thing, but no, we can do Hansel and Gretel. They can be a thing in the future too. Wow, dude. So yeah, I can maybe get a full team of the old tales as well. Because yeah, I've been liking them too. They've been like really cool characters to follow so far in these anniversary stories. So yeah, that was it for the Unbreakable Spear. Wait, at the end it said Unbreakable here, right? I guess because they're here outside of the bubble. I guess. But yeah, that was the whole story for that. I thought it was really cool. I thought at first it felt more on the innocent side. I really thought we were like underwater somewhere, and that somehow she made this underwater, I guess, world. But no, they were actually inside Gluttony, which was not what I expected. But yeah, it felt really like Disney at first, especially with like Little Mermaid and stuff and the music. Yeah, Little Mermaid, the way she talks, man. We definitely heard her talk a lot here than before, and I thought it's like really funny. I do like listening to her talk. She always sounds like she's worried,
Knowing that
like she got in trouble or something.
Unbreakable fills me with such joy.
Yeah, I like the way she talks. It's just, you know, it always lightens up the mood. I think it always lightens up the mood if I can talk properly here. But yeah, I thought it was cool. I liked that Mihara and Uni. I feel like I'm missing out on a lot of context in the main story because I haven't caught up again. But yeah, I do plan to play through the main story at some points, like on this channel, because, you know, I feel like after witnessing the multiple stories here on the anniversary streams, yeah, I feel like I really do want to just react to the story. There is like a replay feature in the story in this game that we can do. And yeah, I thought about just doing that. Because yeah, even when I first played this game, you know, I meant to play this game on my own time, not really make content for it. But yeah, like the signs for me to wanting me to make content for this game is well, one, like I was just listening to the story of the game and it was really good. That it felt like I wanted to, you know, actually react to the story. But also too, you know, since I got Kilo when I first streamed this game back then, the 1.5 anniversary, like it, yeah, I thought that was so cool, man. It's probably one of my favorite units in any gacha game because it's a mech. It really did encourage me to, you know, maybe try to make content for this game. And yeah, that's why I streamed in the first place, because, man, just having Kilo is so cool. I like the whole mech thing. I do hope they make more of her, like, you know, if there was more in their squad of mechs. Because then I want to make a full team of that. But going back to the story here, I thought it was really cool. Mori was a big standout for me. Yeah, she's probably my favorite character when it comes to, like, a, you know, a serious character, a developed character. I like her backstory, how like she's kind of like a talentless NIKKE, and then she was pretty much sent to the mass production Nikke's. And then she became like a hero here at the end, like using whatever, like, you know, little abilities that she can to save Little Mermaid and stuff. She definitely had that growth on me. I do like her a lot as a character and stuff. But yeah, I felt like overall this was really cool. I felt like there was not much of a, I guess, like a bad guy in here. I mean, really, I mean, obviously there's gluttony, but you know what I experienced back then with like the 1.5 and second anniversary. I feel like there was, you know, definitely some bad guys that you can talk with. You can't really talk with gluttony here. Kind of felt like a man versus nature story here. But overall, it's still fun, very different. It did feel very refreshing too, especially when going first head into the story, on how it feels very like Disney-like in a way, which is kind of weird to say for a game that is like very mature like this. But yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on the story. Next time, I do plan to stream the Stellar Blade collab whenever that does come out. And then I guess for that will pretty much be it for the NIKKE live streams for a bit until the 3rd anniversary. Or if there's like another collab that I like. I know I missed out on some other collabs that I like with the ReZero. Like I do have the units for ReZero, but I did miss out on like witnessing the story there. But yeah, I can't wait to see like more from NIKKE, man. Like it really is becoming a pretty big game. Like I know it was already big before. But like just hearing news about like how the CEO of like Shift Up becoming like one of the richest people in Korea and stuff, like that's kind of crazy, man. Like NIKKE is getting up there, and you know, also with Shift Up with the whole Stellar Blade thing. Like, can't wait to, you know, play through that event. Like I never played Stellar Blade before, but I've always had, you know, I've always had a big respect for that franchise because, you know, I feel like nowadays you don't really see, I guess a game like that where, you know, it's got that exposure of NIKKE with the visuals. In a mainstream way. I've always thought Stellar Blade was unique in that aspect. So it's cool to see that being successful. So yeah, that'll be it for now, guys. That's game.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good